newsroom. Sean?
All right, now to the very latest on the coronavirus crisis. Governors nationwide are leading the pandemic response in their own states. You would think they'd want all the help they can get. But tonight, there are questions about Virginia Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax and his role right now. Some are asking why we haven't seen more of him. New at 11, Lauren DeMarco is in Alexandria with some answers. Lauren?
Well, Sean, there are questions tonight, particularly from African-American community leaders. They are concerned about the number of COVID cases that they are seeing, and they want to know why Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax isn't out front of the response, along with Governor Northam. I spoke with the Lieutenant Governor tonight, and I asked him if he feels that he's being underutilized.
I think, look, I know I can do a lot, and and the people of Virginia know that I and my staff can as well. So, I think people can make their judgments about whether they, want the help or not. But we, again, believe it's an all hands on deck moment. It's not a moment, for politics. It's a moment for everybody doing everything they can.
Fairfax has not been seen at the recent press briefings. He says he hasn't been invited to one since March 12th. He sent a letter to the governor on March 18th with suggestions, including closing schools for the rest of the school year. That, of course, ended up happening, but he says he has not been asked for any help since. You may recall last year, 2 women launched sexual assault allegations against Mr. Fairfax. He has said the relationships were consensual. We spoke with one community leader, Philip Thompson, at the National Black Nonpartisan Redistricting Organization, who has been speaking out about this. He says he is not sure the reason, but he feels the lieutenant governor has been frozen out of the pandemic response. Even so, he says Fairfax has been on weekly calls with African-American faith and business leaders, and he'd like to see him able to do more.
It's very, very disheartening to have the highest ranking African-American official in the state not involved, especially when we're seeing some of the numbers that we're seeing. In Richmond, the only people that have died to date from this disease are African-Americans.
We have examples from all around the country, governors, lieutenant governors, and their teams working very closely together on the very significant problems that people in their states are facing. And so, we will continue to make ourselves available to do that. And, I'll always keep my focus on 8.5 million Virginians. That's what I think about every day.
I asked Governor Northam's office why Mr. Fairfax isn't at the press conferences or task force meetings, and I received this statement. The governor is grateful for any and all input from the lieutenant governor and their ongoing partnership. Lieutenant Governor Fairfax receives daily updates on Virginia's COVID-19 response efforts and has a standing invitation to regular calls with the governor and administration members. Now, for comparison, in Maryland, as soon as they entered the state of emergency, Governor Hogan delegated all of his day-to-day duties to Lieutenant Governor Boyd Rutherford. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Lauren, thank you.